Alright, we have qualification match now, which I also have to update. We have qualification match between ABC and Yalla Bingo. Two excellent teams, and one will not make it towards the next weekend. We have CrisHeroes, Trevenant, Glaceon, Hooper, Zorak going up against Umbreon, Espeon, Edigos, Blaziken, Delphox. And I'm joined again by Gutlu throughout this series.
Thank you for having me. I think it's pretty interesting that Yalla Bingo has the same comp, but instead of Hooper, they have Edigos. So they like to have the Blaziken Delphox comp, the fire type composition. They play Espeon and Umbreon on the bot lane because Espeon has good secure and allows the Umbreon to play bot lane. Umbreon doesn't really have the best secure, but when you get Minok, it's pretty annoying. They play Glaceon mostly.
Well, if you have Blaziken to Trevenant should be a pretty good matchup, right? Both are pretty big early games, so I think you're always happy you have, when you Blaziken, enemies also have a big early game. And Hooper's quite late towards top, as now Edigos going to start basically to Trevenant. Lasso goes down, and Potato already half a level lead now over the Trevenant, so I think he's going to be quite happy. Of course, Trevenant level 5, they get quite strong with the curse now. Does a lot of damage on the current patch, as it got buffed just a week ago. And go for the next Lasso right here. I think this went over to the stuff ABC now. As Oscars are getting slowed down by Edigos, you pretty much get stunned almost, just from those basic attacks of Edigos. And we have Zorak heading actually towards bot path here.
Yeah, Zorak on bottom path trying to catch them off guard and get some attack rate scores. Zorak always tries to get attack rate scores in the early game. He should have ganked top lane because it's much better in general, but trying to get into Umbreon and Espeon.
Yeah,
I like what Sam is doing here.
He just got mean looked and dashed across the wall. Yeah, I mean, I think he just wants to surprise because like bot path ganks don't happen all too often, right? So usually the jungler is just always good towards top and that's it. They just handshake there. And bottom path ganks don't happen all too often. But yeah, against Umbreon and Espeon, you're not going to get anything done. One mean look if you don't dodge it properly will just be the end of you. But Zorak's one of the better Pokemon into mean look, as you can also dodge mean look with illusion if you have good timing. Of course, it can be quite difficult in fights, but it's something good Zorak players can definitely do.
I think it's pretty interesting how the Trevenant and the Hooper got every single swap almost. Getting the level 5 even though Delphox was there. Delphox getting level 6 now and heading towards the middle. For example, here you want the support to go to the middle and the attacker to support the jungle. So he doesn't fight it alone.
Yeah, you always want to have people on lanes though, otherwise the enemies can just get free scores in. So going 5 mid is always a not good decision. You should never leave your goals up in the early game too much, because if you lose at 30 points, or I don't know, even more than just 30 points, it's actually not worth the Ataria in any shape or form. Now Sam is here again. This time there's the illusion. Dodges away from the Umbreon mean look. If you time it, once you hear it instantly, you just have to press it, and you won't get mean looked. So that's why some people still play Zorak into Umbreon. But in team fights, it's still difficult. When a lot of things going on, getting that, illusion onto mean look is not easy. Potato now falling one entire level behind. So that's just the Blaziken life. The curse has a lot of last settings there. Like curse explosion does a lot of damage.
Yeah, I really like to see that now on top lane the Blaziken is getting kinda abused on top lane by having the low scaling. If the Blaziken gets level 8, he's actually fine on top lane. Level 7 is also a nice power spike, but you want to get level 8 as soon as possible. Having the Unite move is just really strong.
Definitely. As the Regi is now on bot path, Hyperspace Portal comes through, but Zorak is still farming level 9 right now on the left side. As that's kind of their best last, it is actually the Zorak Unite. Or the Final Feint attack. Whichever you want to go for. You're going to slowly poke it down now. Glaceon's getting close to level 8. It's going to keep on auto-taking. The Regi is getting it low now. There we have Zorak joining in. It's probably going to go for a Final Feint attack onto the Regi and jumps over as Glaceon secures it. And Yalla Bingo just kind of running out of time. Can't quite make it there.
Love to see the play from Sam zoning the enemies and then looking for the secure with the Final Feint attack instead of using his Unite move. And now instantly Hyperspace Portal top lane to try to get the objective. Maybe
Potato could try and steal it, but no, he says no way. The Final Feint attack just does so much damage, also has execute damage, so should be secure. And they want to try to probably push this in, but Delphox Unite is great for zoning, very difficult to push against. So as soon as they move up, Delphox Unite is going to create so much area control that you just can't move into against. They could just Hyperspace Port and see back towards bot path, but then also these top opens, so instead they just actually run towards bot. And now their top is exposed. They actually went towards bot with 40 points going for Zorak, 30 points going for Potato. He's going to be very happy with this. Maybe he can even keep on stacking, but he goes for Blaze Kick overheat onto Grussel, and he takes him down. And now Potato can free stack. Another point goes in. There's one more coin on the ground. He wants to go for it. He's going to collect all of them right now. Even if he dies from it. Yeah, she's going to dive in onto Glaceon, takes him down, switches around, looks for the overheat. Can even take Hooper. He has Potato with the eject button. Gets one more. Wonderfully played. And now, maybe even looking for the break on the goal. Has to be a bit careful. But yeah, Potato Played that beautiful.
Getting 3 attack with stacks is really important, but also getting a triple or double kill is just really nice for Potato. Having the level 10 now, and all the early game lead that Trevenant was doing is just gone by one player on top lane side. They also scored a lot of points on top lane, which is heavy for Yalla Bingo, being able to make up the early game.
Definitely. So, we still have a point lead for ABC. Again, these two teams, ABC got 3rd place, right? And Yalla Bingo got 2nd place in the EOS Cup. So, these are top 3 teams, and one of them will not make it towards the March, which will be a huge point loss. I think both teams are going to be very upset if they lose right here. So, this is a very, very difficult matchup. I'm surprised they even ended up in the same bracket, right? Does it even make sense? Or am I missing something? No, ABC got 3rd, right?
Lundaru lost all his points.
Oh, yeah, true, right.
So he lost all his points, and they had lower seeding in this.
Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. So yeah, 2 excellent teams. Sam now lurking around. Dayfox is level 11, so Mystical Fire Plus is available. But a gap against Zorak, like if you get hit by 1 Shadow Claw, it can be still quite difficult. Back towards bot, they're gonna start up the Regirock again. And now Yalla Bingo have to respond to this. They can try to break the top goal, but instead they go for Regilecki first. They're not going to try to go forward. We have an Espion engaging, just zoning away. They're going to try to steal away the Regilecki, but they cannot. Potato's going to secure this one. He does get blasted by just point and click damage. Icing is Spear and Pain Split just on Potato, and he can't get away from it. And now 60 is also going to fall. 2 KOs for the left side, only 1 onto Zorak for the right side. And they're going to let the Regilecki walk in. They're not going to bother defending it as the goal is very, very low. They instead can go for push themselves as Trevenant. Goes aggressively forward. Hyperspace Portal is great. Gets them out to safety, but they're going to leave Crusset back behind. The shield is so small. Was Umbreon's Unite still up? I guess so, right? Was that Crusset shield was nothing.
That's really weird, because Umbreon stole the Trevenant Unite move shield, but the Crusset shield was like nothing. I'm not sure what happened there.
I mean, if Umbreon's circle, right? The circle on the ground, it still absorbs shields that spawn.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So, I think a lot of people actually don't know that. Like,
Yeah,
you still absorb shields from the, like, circle that from Umbreon's Unite. Like, it's very, very OP.
I actually didn't know that.
And that's, I guess, what happened. But still, the Crusset shield still looked way too small, even for that. Like, even if it's something got absorbed, it was almost non-existent. 1 minute for double time. And it's really hard to tell who's going to take this one. Who do you think has the better late game teamfight chances?
Well, for sure, Yalla Bingo with the Delphox level 13 now, having against the Trevenant and the Glaceon. The Delphox can get the Glaceon passive. As long as the Delphox is not getting engaged by the Zoroark, it's easier to play Yalla Bingo's comp than ABC's comp. Because ABC has to force something or score, right? So what they need to do is either play around scores or try to catch someone. Because they have a speedster, they have Hooper, so they shouldn't be too scared. But Yalla Bingo can hard flip the middle with their composition.
Yeah. The Glaceon can just whip through Rayquaza very, very fast. Zorak has the secure. But of course, Potato will try to out-secure him. And would say it's a bit of in favor of the Blaziken, but it's quite close. Sam Steen's level 13, which he will hit right here. Shadow Claw Plus is very important to be able to chain your Fate attacks properly. And then as well, like, Delphox cannot dash out of it. If Delphox gets caught one time, it could be the end if it gets stunned by it. And the fight's already breaking out. We have Crusset getting caught, but he might get taken on Hyperspace Portal. It's just barely enough to get Ricky back to base. He's not going to take it back either. He's just going to walk back to his team with the jump pad. I think that's a great decision, because there would just be another Milok waiting on the other side. 38-point lead only for Yalla Bingo, so nothing to be too comfortable on, as Borty builds up those crystals on Rayquaza. And they're just gonna just start pressuring. Yalla Bingo is like, okay, you're gonna hit Ray, we have to do something at some point. And then teams also get a bit nervous when they're like, oh guys, Rayquaza's getting flipped, you have to do something, and then mistakes can happen. Overheat for the Unstoppable, as Oscar is still just looking for the backcap. I don't think that's going to necessarily happen. But it still keeps the tension of Potato. Potato has no idea that Trevin is in this bush. Absolutely zero idea. Borty might be caught. Just barely a Hyperspace out. But the Icing is Spears. No way get Espion. I think Lanru did not expect it all to go down to this. And now the 100 points go in. Hoop and Bond on the ground. This is the same play by ABC. They get 2 points in. They get a score. They're all poured back to middle as well to make sure that Yalla Bingo can't go for Rayquaza. This was an insane macro play. 2 scores and a KO. But I think Dunrush didn't expect to go down to this damage, as Potato's going to charge up the overheat now, but he's going to get caught. Icicle Spears are raining down. 2 more KOs. The Zorak is also down, though. Glaceon jumping forward, looking for Umbreon. Umbreon trying to steal some sheets away, but there's nothing on the ground. As 3 members of Yalla Bingo down with 30 seconds left. Icicle Spear onto Delphox, who's also taken down. Triple KO for Glaceon. And yeah, Landru's left, and I think that's gonna be it.
Chris, this is what I wanted to say. Like, even though it looks like ABC is losing, ABC is not really losing because they have the Hooper, the Speedster, and the Trevenant. So all they need to do is bait them into Zurikwaza and double score while they are trying to protect the goal zone. Potato ran towards top lane, tried to stop the Trevenant, didn't stop the Trevenant. Zoroark scored bot lane, 200-point lead, even though they were losing. And then Hooper ported towards the middle. So what Yalla Bingo should have done is either flip to Bigwaza or force on the Hooper. But because nothing happened, it was really favored for ABC. So really well played with the double score and the Hooper. That was really well done.
Definitely. So ABC now taking a 1-0 lead. Heading into our second game, and we have a Bird Speedster duo now. We have for ABC Talon, and for Potato bringing out his Dodrio. He actually grinded for this gold badge, proudly. He was like, I'm playing Dodrio to grind the gold badge. Let's see what he can do. I think Dodrio is still an absolutely amazing Pokemon. It just takes a lot of skill. But yeah, wait, ABC has 4 melees. They have Trevenant, Talon, Snorlax, Muscarada. They have no backline. They just want to be very aggressive. Go in. And yeah, get KOs. So, interesting comms. Not sure if that's gonna work out well for them. But definitely something. I mean, I feel like attackers sometimes feel quite weak. When I play attacker right now, it's like, it's alright. It doesn't feel like it's a necessity sometimes. But not having a bit of range can also be very awkward for fights. What do you think?
If an attacker can play Talonflame, then like he has a variety pick, right? Sometimes it's a bit hard to be variety because if you don't play your attacker consistently like Lunduru, he's just gonna punish you. But they're getting the middle of Meter secure. I think Talonflame is pretty good into Espeon and Mew, since he can fly over the abilities. Since they have a Snorlax, they have good setup to make the Talonflame work, I think.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if it's gonna work out. I think it's just, if those team comps fall behind, you kind of just lose. That's what it feels like. So you have to be very careful not to fall too far behind an early game. And if you just fall a bit behind, like you just get, the game just turns very, very fast. I'm getting engaged. So nice tackle though coming through. Both the eject buttons are being used, and the coaching will not be enough. As Krusty was on the left side, they're going to score, and it's exactly you start the need with this kind of team comp. Going for the level 5 almost tier 2, level 6 almost for Muscarada already as Hooper port towards bot. They want to just win bot path even harder. Level 5 now for Talonflame, level 6 for Muscarada, and that's the start they were looking for. Definitely. As Potato now hits level 5. I assume it's going to be... You think it's going to be try attack jump kick? No, it's actually going to be drip pack. The moment I say that, he has to go for drip pack.
Yeah, I think drip pack is better here because of the fact that Dodrio here can one-shot the Talonflame and the Muscarada. Muscarada has a better matchup than Dodrio because Muscarada can one-shot Dodrio. But if Potato plays it well, it's also really good in lane, pushing the bunnies and just getting the level 7 against the Trevenant.
That's definitely true. But Sam is already level 7 now, so this Muscarada is already very, very scary. Going for the flower trick and double team build right here. Talonflame still looking for level 7, but overall ABC with a great start into this match. As we enter the mid Ataria fight already. Xyz has side beam for this one, and the beam as well. Talonflame has to be a bit careful, gets slowed by the stop power, but against low distance to just be safe. So Yalla Bingo picks up the Ataria pretty much for free. As Potato is fighting Trevor on top, Talon just needs level 7 so desperately to be useful.
The formal rotation on top lane to try to catch someone, didn't really like it too much because Talonflame now is getting level 7 without really getting punished in the early game. Having the level 7 early makes you also pressure the bottom objective. Enemies cannot force it because you can fly over it.
Yeah. Seems pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Talonflame is great into Mew, definitely. That's a very, very difficult matchup for Mew. Gotta be very, very careful. As Talonflame is now level 7. And looks like he's playing, I don't know, he's positioning like he's playing Brave Bird. He is actually being quite passive right now, but of course it's going to be Fly. He's going to move up. I'm surprised he played it so passive there. He just kind of let them hit Snorlax for free. But now Muscarada is level 9. And this Unite move hits hard. And after the latest buffs, Muscarada Unite does so much damage. You don't know what items he has. Could even be an Energy Amplifier, but not sure. That's something people play in tournaments. But Amp is definitely something you could actually consider playing. Good reduction also quite nice for Flower Trick and Double Team at the same time too. Have those much more often. Reggie, going to half HP already. Hooper might be caught. Hooper's going to get taken on. The Flay comes through. And now they just... This is the problem where they like lack range in these fights. If you don't really have any range. And yes, they don't lose 3 members right here. The rocks are just falling down onto the ground. Can Ricky someone get this on? Reggie is going to reset. But no, they bursted down so fast before it's going to reset.
This is what you were talking about. They have to force something, and the Red Secom doesn't really have to force. They can poke, they have healing with Eldegoss. They don't really have, like, they have to get the Hooper resets, but they are really squishy, right? So they can't really take the Hooper resets even if he places the portal. So having the Eldegoss on the Red Secom definitely helps against double speedstars. But also playing the Cotton Spore build instead of Cotton Guard, because Cotton Spore is pretty good into double speedstars. Chasing them down, stunning them, and making them lose a lot of HP.
Do you think like Comfy would actually be a better choice than Hooper in this game, or Super just stays so much better?
If they play the early game properly and not let the enemy score, Hooper is better. But it's a bit hindsight, right? Hooper in general is better than Comfy right now. Not a lot of people play Comfy, like in Japan. But Hooper, if you just protect the gold zones and make sure nothing will happen, then Hooper is definitely always better.
Wow, Talon just gets blasted into pieces by Eldegoss and Mew. Landru also just an excellent Mew player. Really, really good on this Pokemon, one of the best in Europe. In general, when it comes to attacker Pokemon anyways, but his Mew is also just amazing. Potato goes in, finds a nice Rip Pack onto Sam, but not enough damage to take down the Muscarada, but Trevin is going to fall, doesn't matter what. Potato looking for the next Rip Pack. This one is going to get ripped. He's going to go forward. He wants to break the goal to set up for this Regieleki. And is anyone going to fall? Double team is around. Muscarada is quite low on HP. And 60s picks up a KO onto Muscarada. It's going to maybe recall in time. No. Hooper's there. Gets the basic attack in. As Regieleki now gets secured by Landru any moment. Boost out attack into Solar Beam. What he tried with that Flame Charge was pretty optimistic. Landru wants this KO. Oh, he wants it so badly. He wants to go for this KO. But the beam is going to come through. Potato is in the end. Picks up with the boost out attack. And this Regieleki is probably going to get defended. So now Yalla Bingo can head towards his bottom goal. Maybe you try and break this instead. Hyperspace portal goes around, so you can always port everyone back down. And Hooper's already here. Yawn is going to connect onto Dodrio. Potato to be a bit careful. There's Hooper on board dropping as well. It's going to be instant team fight. Drill Pack onto Hooper. And nothing about Potato stuck. Takes so much damage from just everything. And gets finished off by the Trevin Unite. Now Skitar's running in. 6 is going to get taken down. This is what they need. They just need to run down the opponents. And sometimes it's going to work. Sometimes it's not. This time it's going to work. And Trevenant picks up 3 KOs.
It definitely helps when you play Speedstars. If the enemies try to protect goal zones or push goal zones, they're not on their goal zone. So it's easier for the Speedstars to catch the attackers, and this is what happened. Trying to push on the bottom left goal zone as attackers is really hard, especially if you don't have enough damage to kill the Snorlax.
Definitely. So now Yalla Bingo still the point lead, but yeah, I mean, ABC has caught up. A bit in experience, the game is still super, super even. No one is really over-leveled. Left side, level 12 for Trevin is the highest. Right side, Potato. On the Dodrio. Gonna jump across the wall. He's gonna try and be annoying. They're gonna try and chase him down. I heard an eject button going off, but Potato's gonna run away. He's actually gonna turn this around. It's just Dodrio. Like, he just takes him down very fast. And instantly head towards bot. Another Drill Pick coming through. This Pokemon just running around. But nice Yawn. Can they take down Potato? They can't flame. Oh no, the Fly. Unite move into the wall. What's also my biggest kryptonite in this game sometimes. You just get stuck on them so easily. Landru should be safe. And he gets a KO on his way out. And yeah, Mew is still pretty good into Speedstars because you have so much point-and-click damage, right? Like Electro Ball into boost auto attack chunks every Speedster to at least under half HP.
I'm surprised how well the ABC is protecting the bot lane goal zone. Even though it's bad because the enemies are getting a lot of comeback XP, they still managed to protect the bot lane goal zone for the late game fight, which is a good thing to have as a Speedstar. So you can keep having the lead, because right now, Yalla Bingo is only 100 points ahead, so 50 dunk could make them win the game. Similar to the last game. So I'm looking for the level 13 right now.
Definitely. Yeah, everyone's looking for their last power spikes right now. Talonflame also really wants to be level 13 as it gives a stun on Fly. Pretty decent, but it's pretty far away from it. Not even level 12 yet, as we already head into the final stretch. And Yalla Bingo have to win this one. This is make it or just go down. And I think it's a team that definitely expects to qualify for pretty much every monthly tournament, so currently still down 1-0.
It's also pretty devastating if you don't make it qualify, because you will lose points, which make it harder for you to qualify for the World Championship. So this game is a really intense game to watch, especially seeing that both teams are top contenders.
Yeah, I mean, again, both of them place second and third place. Last one, so they have a lot of points. And also, if you don't qualify, you sit out one entire week, right? Like, playing tournaments is fun. You don't want to sit there and watch. You want to be the ones playing, or you have to wait so long for the next one to start. As We have now a backup coming in, 50 points. They again, they have Hooper on their side, so they can look for these. But London this time is aware of it. And Talon has to fly away to dodge away. Potato still defending top. Hooper unbounds already on the ground. Let's see what ABC is going to do with this. Are they going to use it? Maybe start up Rayquaza, but they don't really have Rayquaza damage. They cannot do it. All of them want to do is like try and backup. But Talon already caught. Electro Ball comes in, but he has to fly to dodge away, as you said earlier. You can always fly across the Mew's abilities, but had to commit his Unite move for it. Let's take quite overlost. As Super Unbound is down, Talon Unite is down. Now Yalla Bingo in a great position. They have 5 Unites to 3. And they still have a point lead. As long as they just defend right now. I mean, it's so difficult. Oh, jump head into the Muscarada. 60s has to be careful. Insta getting jumped on. Cloudfix not going to be enough damage. But he's still going to get taken down by Muscarada Unite. Wonderfully by Sam to insta activate it, knowing that the Unite of Espeon will be there as Landaru getting low HP. But the jump kick comes through. Now the Unite is going to knock them out of Phantom Force, I feel like. And Potato might just be winning the game right here on the Dodrio. Oscar's gonna fall. 3 KOs. 80 points to win for Snorlax. Just have to score. Can Talonflame somehow defend? If Talonflame defends the score, they can actually win. It's only 18 seconds left, but he can't stop Dodrio. He can't stop all of them. But they need one more score. They need one huge score, but Talon goes down. And with the last score of the game, Yalla Bingo is gonna force a 1-1 in a third game. But man, that was a final stretch. Definitely.
Yeah, Potato carrying the team on his back, getting the engage on the initial target, and then also getting the double jump kick into Driffic, and also scoring bottling point, being the Dodrio. Also cancelling his score for his teammates to score even more points, which is really nice for Dodrio, and just carrying the Yalla Bingo in the second game.
So yeah, we're gonna head into the third game. Finally deciding game number 3. We have now for ABC Leafeon making its way in, with Hooper, Venusaur, Snorlax, and again Talonflame for a second time, going up against Crustle, Espeon, Glaceon, Dodrio, and Eldegoss. So again, the Talonflame for the 2 evolutions. But it always can be quite, like, scary, right? Like in Glaceon, you think you counter it, but if you have Fly Plus and you land on Glaceon, it's going to turn invincible and then you don't take damage, right? Like, it's a bit of a weird matchup, is it not?
I think it's a bad matchup. Obviously, like, if you have this matchup, it's always a bit weird to play. But I do think Leafeon is, like, enabled right now. And they're probably doing like a strat where he gets level 4, doing the Xato, and then doing the triple bunnies to get level 4 instantly. If Leafeon is managing to get level 4 in the early game quest, it's gonna be really rough. They have the Dodrio, which is a good matchup if he gets level 5, but he needs to get to level 5.
Okay, but question: How often did you just sit in custom games and try to figure out what you need for which like experience, like which bad Pokemon you need to go for to get like this level? How often did you do that?
Okay. Not much often, because we are just watching Japan. Japan does it, so we do it.
Yeah, true. Like Japan like really evolved it, didn't they?
Yeah, they
like
always
the ones that did the most.
Like the new conventions how to do stuff, which is pretty interesting. Sometimes they do it a bit too much, but the top Japan teams are doing it really well. SP on top lane path. I
remember one time there was a Xatu. They did one Xatu into Genki bot path. Like, not a single jungle camp was being taken as well. Like, they're always very fun to watch. And now we have the first Ataria spawn, but yeah, the Leafeon is going to be a problem for Yalla Bing. But Espeon is trying pressured very hard, and they're able to secure at least the Ataria. So Potato does get level 5. Very, very important, of course, to not fall too far behind to the Leafeon. Because I mean, Dodrio is going to outscale Leafeon definitely, right? So Leafeon has to try and get a lead.
I think what's pretty interesting here is that Leafeon, I realize, is really good in lane. When you play Leafeon jungle, Leaf Blade is good. But when you play top lane or bot lane, I realize is really nice because you can hit the own Albino Bunny. Okay.
You said Relays?
Yeah, Relays. It's called Relays? I think so, right?
You mean the small dash?
Yeah.
Do you go for that in Solar Blade?
I go for that in Solar Blade on lane.
Interesting. Okay. I mean,
when
it's not
jungle,
too bad. I just feel like that Leaf Blade charges up your Solar Blade too nicely in fights. I think that's why it like struggles, right? Like, it's good for laning and stuff, and you pretty much never die, but I feel like you lose a lot of damage when it comes to team fighting at some point.
You can side lane. Leafeon is not a good side laner in general.
True.
But with that ability, it's like side lane makes it really nice.
Definitely. As Potato's gonna miss the jump kick right here, but it's gonna get the score in. Gonna keep stacking up the attack weight, as they're very aggressive now. They just wanna... I mean, I like what Yalla Bingo's doing. They're pressuring the Leafeon instead of just letting Leafeon do its thing, but now Potato goes a bit too deep, and now they just have to run away, as Eldegoss is out gonna get caught. As I say that, they're like kind of nice of being aggressive to like zone away Leafeon. They just go a bit too deep.
Because it's a very ton of him.
Yeah. Now Tower Flame's actually 7.5, so quite scary. How's the experience going over as we head into the first Itaria fight. So I feel like, I don't know if the Venus has a lot of synergy with this team comp, but Rio takes a 1v1 KO on to leave, and that's huge. They're gonna engage. Nice eject button. X's combo by Marv. As Isaac is just raining down Hooper. But he doesn't have vision on Solix. No, actually, it's a Brave Bird, right? It's not even a fly, it's a Brave Bird. As he goes for Landaru, the Solar Blaze. Solar Beam is gonna be there. And Landaru also gonna get taken down. Now we have just Borty working on this Regirock. It's gonna take quite a while. As so Yalla Bingo picks up the Regieleki, but already 101 points. And I think Potato's gonna try to push this in. He has Unite move up. He's definitely gonna try to push this in.
Okay, to see if Potato can push it in. Potato always likes to take the one albino. I think pushing it in is a bit risky, but can potentially look for a one shot. Rifting his full lead and just escaping with the Unite movement speed. Has been using Unite move from bot lane. Venus are activating his Unite move to protect the goal zone, but Marv just using the X's to catch him. Big here with a nice eject button, body slam comp, and Tunnel Flame trying to clean up the fight.
Do you think Bravebird is better here? Like, better than Fly? I mean, look, yeah, he's a Smurfs Glaceon. I mean, Bravebird is much better for Glaceon as you just much more damage as well very fast, but I mean, it's very difficult for the evolutions to live against it, and this might be the surprise factor, right, you talked about. That they just pick something you're not used against, and you don't play against Bravebird a lot, so it's hard to tell like how much it does. He picks another counter Espeon. So easily, Bravebird into the Hyperspace Portal, and yeah, maybe this was the Joker they had up their sleeves.
Yeah, for your question, I think Fly is safer to play, Bravebird is riskier to play. I would say it that way, because Bravebird is fine against Espeon and Glaceon, but it's risky to play. You can play it, but Fly is a much safer option, and you can do technically the same thing, just Bravebird has a burst, has better secure, and there's also better options to play around. If it would be an Umbreon, I would always say Fly, but they have a Cluster, so you could Bravebird over the Cluster and just get the backline before Cluster can do something.
But yeah, I like. I mean, it's difficult to play in late game team fights. If there's one good eject button, right, by one of the squishies, then you could just be a sitting duck, right? I mean, you have to instant unite. Of course, you have it. 12 damage on Marv was going to use the eject button, but this is huge already. Now he can't be aggressive and he can't eject button forward in one of these team fights. He's still sticking around. Yalla Bingo instead goes for the Regieleki again. They know that they can't fight on the spot objective as they would get chased down by the speedsters here. Marv still sticking around, but the shield's almost instantly gone. They're going to try to go for him. He does so much damage. Almost taking down Talonflame. But in the end, Marv is going to fall as he does so much damage though. Hooper humbound onto top. Hooper trying to repent. Hooper literally after 1 HP. It's going to be huge for ABCs. They pick up 2 quick KOs. IMH is barely living. Gets the Hooper unbound out. And now they're going to head towards top goal. Try to break this one. 60 is going to try to defend, but Oskitar's around. He's going to look for the Solar Blade. There's a Brave Bird flying in, and he's going to get the Aerial Ace KO onto the Espeon. And now Marv again doesn't have Unite. Potato's back in time, but he doesn't have Unite either. He's already down to half HP. And so far, this Talonflame is putting in work. They're all super low now. So neither objective is going to go for, but they take a 4-man Hyperspace Port. The Potato is barely too late. That would be quite massive. And now they head back towards bot goal.
If I'm the attacker for ABC, I would feel really nice because Talonflame and Leafeon create so much space for me to use my Solar Beam and use my Unite move. Like, Venusaur is not really getting too much focus, right? The Doduo is trying to 1v1 the Leafeon, trying to get the Talonflame, but not really looking for the Venusaur. So Venusaur having huge value in the double speedster comp, trying to get the level 13 as well. I think it's what some people forget, that attackers feel really nice when you have a double speedster comp, if the enemies cannot engage on you.
Yeah. Definitely. As Glaceon picks up the Talonflame, they're going to go for a 5-man push onto bot. Hyperspace Portal, though, of course, is around. I mean, Hooper is just so annoying to stay play against. But they're going to use the Instant SP Knight into the wall. Can they get any KOs is the question. Glaceon and Sonic's going to get taken now. They were perfectly timed already for the members of ABC to port towards us. They're going to break the bot goal. And now they're in a solid point lead. And it's difficult, right? If you don't pick, like, Rayquaza rip damage, if you fall behind, it's... You just feel like you just lose a win condition, right? Or like something to come back from, and they just don't have Rayquaza damage.
Definitely, and when they lost against in the first game by the backups, they will always make sure that the backups are going to get protected, so they are not able to get the Rayquaza or backup. The moment they try to backup and get punished for it, then they will lose the game. So I'm curious to see if they go for a similar matchup, or if the Snorlax will set up a play in the middle to one-shot someone. I think on the bot lane pad, like, huge shoutouts to Marv for stunning the Snorlax before using Unite move. So they could break the bot lane go zone. That was really massive.
So, still a massive point lead, 130. I mean, 2 caps and the game is going to be instantly even again. But Espion is just going to probably stick around bot goal, just to make sure he doesn't get caught by Talonflame. As Talonflame is around, Sam wants this backup, of course. Again, Hooper is there. Hooper has Unbound. And they want to make the same thing that happened in the first and second game. Second game, it kind of backfired a bit. First game, it worked out perfectly. That's also because they caught Espion out position, which made it a, in favor fight. And Espion already scored out Talonflame, who drops down to half HP. Not something you want to see this early into the final stretch, as he now has recall, and now he also loses the backcap potential, because he has to just join his team back in mid lane again. So Potato just running around, scoring on top. And yeah, no, ABC, what are they going to do? They can't really backcap, Potato's holding top. Rayquaza is actually somehow down to half HP. So this could actually be a chance maybe for the side of ABC, but instantly Jackpot, they're going to try to just one-shot Venusaur. Venusaur gets an Icy Spear, but actually gets away for now, as Talonflame gets locked up. Terrible team fight so far by ABC, as Leafeon goes forward. The Solar Blade will not be enough damage in this late game fight, as Stored Power is going to chase down 3 members down of ABC, and now it's down to Talonflame and Hooper, the support and defense of ABC, to make a miracle happen. Heavy Slam goes in, but it will not be in time, and Yalla Bingo is going to qualify as our final team into the top 8 with a 2-1 over ABC.